is up YouTube? Adam back here, and today I have another video. This time it is a review of my old Clonearmycustoms Commander Cody Phase 1 and a 212th Airborne Trooper. So these are probably perhaps like the coolest old Clonearmycustoms figures I own. Not only is Commander Cody extremely hard to get as a decaled version of himself or UV printed one, it's just in general like very, very difficult to even find a Phase 1 version of him. Nonetheless, the Phase 2 arguably is rarer, but the Phase 1 is also very, very hard to find. And this was in fact the only one that I've seen for sale that I actually was able to get. And yeah, though the background might only match one of these two figures, I still thought it was very appropriate. Just gotta pay homage to the 212th heritage. But yeah, so one thing that I actually forgot to say in the last Clonearmycustoms review that was all old vintage ARC Troopers was basically that these figures are actually not entirely decaled. Cody in this case is, because you can see the back decal actually is on the, it's just peeling on the corner pretty much. And that was one of the defects of getting that figure, but I am going to fix it one of these days, so we'll see. But the 212th Airborne, I believe, is actually UV printed on the body and then decaled on the arms and the helmets. But yeah, it varies. It's pretty easy to tell generally. But the helmets almost always on these old figures are decaled. They really didn't start printing on the helmets until they released their actual waves of figures in 2013, with all the designs that we know now pretty much. So yeah, I just thought I'd point that out. But without further ado, why don't we just start with Commander Cody. Alright, so here is Phase 1 Commander Cody. You can see he's using the official LEGO Phase 1 helmet, and pretty much just a white body and legs and arms. It's all pretty generic, and he does have the Clone Wars clone head underneath his helmet. As you can see, it's actually one of the old variations. And you can see if I lift his visor, there is pretty much all the details that LEGO had on theirs, except some detail on the back that's added extra. And the face, this part is basically the same though, the front of the helmet. And he does include an Aerolite visor, which actually complements him very nicely. I really like it on this figure. The color could match a little bit better, but I assume that that's actually just discoloration from, him being 10 years, 12 years old. So, yeah, this is definitely one of the oldest figures that I own because it's all decaled. It's crazy. But the torso is pretty much just the LEGO one as well, except it is stretched out below to the belt. And so it makes it just a little bit more accurate. The decal you can see is a little misaligned, but it's nothing too major. And the legs are also a decal, and they're just the basic knee pads with the stripe and the black detailing at the top with the light gray detailing going down to the knee pads. And that detail does not wrap around. The arms are one of the old variations as well, with the orange shoulder pad, the dark tan detailing under that, and then just a little bit of orange underneath that. And yeah, just black hands, and it's the same on both sides. And the decal on the back, you can see, is slightly off, just because it was peeled off, but I will be fixing that at some point. I haven't decided when, to be honest. I kind of forgot about it, but yeah, it'll get fixed, and it's definitely fixable. So Yeah, and he does have the breathers on the side of the helmet as well, if I didn't mention that. But yeah, that is Commander Cody. Let's do the 212th Airborne now. Alright, so here is the 212th Airborne, and this has to be like just one of my favorite figures, like just for the helmet. The helmet is so just great. I love the open visor helmets for these types of figures. Just these ones and the ARC Troopers just look so incredible. I can't wait to get my hands on one of the ARC Troopers one of these days. But yeah, for now, the Airborne, probably one of my favorite old CAC variations. And yeah, so it's pretty much just like Commander Cody, except I believe the body is actually UV printed. There definitely doesn't feel like there's a decal there. And the edges are corroding like they're a UV print, so it's not 100% confirmed to me, but it does seem like it. So the body is UV printed with that same separation between the top of the torso and the belt, which actually on this figure aligns very well. And yeah, the torso just has the Airborne details, basically. It does not have the cape, obviously, because that was a little bit before they released that, obviously. So yeah, it was printed on, and it has a lot of nice orange details, and it doesn't honestly look that bad. But obviously the strap doesn't continue all the way around. And the back is actually like the old open visor clone, episode 3 clone like print, just with the gray strap added. So yeah, and I believe the helmet, the base of this like open visor helmet is from Aerolite. I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate, but I do remember them selling these at one point. And it has just a bunch of decals, obviously, just wrapped around. You can see the breathers and the two orange stripes and the gray on the back and the black. Pretty much just like Cody's, except a little bit different, with the gray instead of the orange. And yeah, it has the two black dots on the sides, and then the big mouthpiece, pretty much whatever you want to call it, the black, and then the orange on the sides of that. And the arms have the regular Airborne print with the sort of dark gray detailing on the right arm, and then the orange detailing underneath and on the bottom. And then other than that, it's just a normal clone arm. And then over here we got a orange shoulder pad, and then the orange detailing on the bottom. That's the same as the other side. And then finally, with the legs, so the cloth wraps all the way around. It's once again that thick fabric that's honestly kind of nice for these figures. Like, considering how old this is, like, this cloth has actually held up well. I'm not sure. This one actually looks a little bit different than their current cloth, so it might be a different material, or it was replaced. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. So I already talked about the belts, but the legs have the same decal template as all of the other old CAC figures, and they're actually in nice shape on this figure. The right knee pad is orange, the left knee pad is white. Other than that, they have the same details as Commander Cody, except for the orange markings in the top right. On the left leg, that would be. You're right, obviously, from the camera perspective, but and then just the same black detailing. So yeah, and then he's got black hands on his arms as well. So, you know, it's an interesting figure, certainly, and paired with Commander Cody, they really make a great duo. One of these days I do need to get the Phase 2 Commander Cody, but yeah, I'm really happy that I was able to get these figures and that I'm able to review them. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on these two guys down below. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. And this is goodbye, and have a nice day.